Hello there. Welcome to AIC Quick Talk. This is Junepo Campo, and this is your quick look into the insurance industry in Southeast Asia. Today we will be looking at Brunei, one of the smallest yet richest countries in the region. Joining us from Bandar Seri Begawan is the head of Brunei Insurance and Takaful Association, the CEO of Brunei National Insurance, Mr. Klaus Tomalla. Hello, Klaus. I'm glad you can join us. How is the situation there in Brunei?
We are quite blessed here in Brunei, so we have not any active cases anymore. So and I think now since already almost 3 weeks we don't have any new case. So and also the month before we were a quarter year we were without cases. Then only 2 or 3 cases were brought in from travelers coming abroad, but they do it pretty well. So you go straight to quarantine, strict quarantine in a hotel. And so all those 2 or 3 cases who were discovered, they were taken straight to some isolation center. So, and they were from the beginning not in contact with any public. Yeah, so therefore it's quite nice, I must say. Yeah, so people start shaking hands already. And so we have yesterday I participated some forum, some local, with 80 people, and no masks, no not really social distancing already with shaking hands. And so because Brunei is touch wood COVID free, can say this. And so therefore actually you feel pretty comfortable, I must say. So yeah, quite nice. So the government did a great job. Though of course Brunei is not as big as the Philippines or other ASEAN countries, right? So it's of course a bit of easier to handle. But how they handled it, I must say, very well done.
My next question is how is the economy of Brunei now?
Okay, economy was here not that strong anyway. I would say everything is mainly based on oil and gas. So and economy was anyway quite stagnant or even downsizing the last few years. So borders. But okay, they also strictly closed the border, so nobody can come in. So for Malaysia especially, and which actually is not too bad because so people cannot spend their money in Malaysia because of the currency, the ringgit. So for us Bruneians, it's pretty cheap to go to Malaysia. And a lot of Bruneians traveling over the weekend, crossing the border to go to Malaysia and make their grocery shopping or whatever over there because it's really cheaper. So and this of course now is not the case anymore. So people need to spend their money within the country, and certain areas of course grew because of this. And also I think people more and more evaluate what actually Brunei can provide. So I think people are not that, let's say, not now desperate that when the borders to open or whatever. So actually, we got used to it. So I was thinking, gosh, after 1 month or 6 weeks, I need to go somewhere. To I don't know, to Bali or to Singapore or wherever, just to have a break. But so now we are locked in 6 months, and it's okay.
Thank you for that answer, Klaus. How would you describe your experience in the lockdown?
We never had a complete lockdown here, so we had a limited, let's say, we were somehow limited, so we could not dine in. Yeah, so we of course social distancing, wearing a mask, so the standard things. But we could, let's say, order our food from restaurants. This we could do. We could make outdoor sports. So all of a sudden, a lot of Bruneians discovered jungle walks, hikings, hashing. So and so therefore it was not like I don't know, like in China, in Wuhan, or like it was in countries like in Italy or Spain, where people really were locked in their apartments or houses. So this was never the case here.
Oh, that's good to hear. You're indeed blessed there in Brunei. May I ask how the general mood of business right now there in Brunei?
Actually quite nicely. As I said, I was yesterday in this kind of transform it names, and where all or the major business people, managers from whole Brunei were invited, and there were around 80 guests, and they made also a toll, especially asking, so what is your kind of mood? Are you more pessimistic, optimistic, or yeah? And surprisingly, 80% are quite optimistic. What is it in the future, so that things will change. So so the mood is quite positive now. Of course, 50% were quite heavily hit. So in the market, mainly food, beverages, and hotel industry, the travel industry. So of course, these were the most hit industries. Oil and gas, I think it's all overall. Yeah, it's not only because of COVID or all what happened with certain agreements between Saudi Arabia, Russia, and so on and so forth. So of course, COVID maybe also contributed, but all overall, now I would say there's quite an optimism in the whole market. Not now talking about insurance industry, more about the whole market.
Thank you, Klaus. What you said is very encouraging. Congratulations to Brunei. Can you cite some numbers on how the insurance industry is performing right now?
Okay, in terms of insurance, I can tell you that actually the market grew by 13% second quarter. But this is mainly because of motor. So also during this time, still a lot of cars have been sold. And there were a few bigger oil and gas projects. So we have quite a high increase in energy business and in engineering based on those oil and gas. But these are more one-offs. Yeah, so it does not really reflect the growth of the market. So organically we have a 0% growth. It's very flat. But this is also before COVID. Yeah, so unfortunately our industry is not growing that fast or strong. So we have, as I said, the other bigger project, mainly in the oil and gas sector, which brings the business in. But in terms of organic growth is pretty flat. So 1%, as I said, now we calculated we have around 0%. 0% growth when you take off all those extraordinary accounts. Yeah, so which are not coming regularly.
Thank you for that update. There is one segment of the industry that is unique to Brunei, and that is the Takaful insurance business. For those who are not in the industry, Takaful is Islamic insurance wherein members contribute money into a pool system to guarantee each other against loss or damage. How is the Takaful in Brunei right now, Klaus?
Takaful grew quite substantial, from 44.6 million to 53.8 million, and conventional grew just by 1 million, from 35 million to 36 million. So Takaful grew more than conventional insurance. This is mainly motor is a big part, because Takaful is in our market very strong in motor, and obviously they have also the one or the other oil and gas business, because there are only a few companies who are offering oil and gas protection, and as we are a small market with 5 insurance companies, 3 conventional and 2 Takaful, so oil and gas is mainly covered by Takaful.
Thank you, Klaus. Do you have other opportunities in Brunei that you are pursuing right now in this pandemic? Can you share them with us?
Business-wise, frankly speaking, insurance-wise, the opportunities are pretty limited, I must say. Yeah, as I said, we do not have an organic growth, so people mainly buying motor insurance, and when they travel, then of course travel insurers or travel insurance or foreign workers coming in when they buy the respective insurance. So frankly speaking, when you ask me, do I see currently any extra opportunity? Frankly speaking, is pretty limited. Yeah. So what our let's say intention, our goal in Beta in our association is to do much more on the awareness side. Yeah. So to create much more awareness about insurance, what we are doing in the past, frankly speaking. Yeah, so because people know, okay, I need a motor insurance, yeah, for my road tax. This is what they need and what they buy. But anything else, and then travel insurance, yes, this is also kind of popular when you travel abroad, and then, but the rest is pretty from the awareness point of view, pretty limited. Yeah, so I cannot. Maybe one day, yeah, cyber insurance might be an issue. Yeah, there are only 2. So my company and Takaful, they have now a cyber insurance product confirmed, got approved by the authority. But the demand, frankly speaking, is limited. I mean, we have, I think, just one request currently. So yeah, so opportunities, frankly speaking, for the moment in terms of insurance sales is a bit of limited.
One more question, Klaus. Are there lessons to be learned from this pandemic?
The big lesson is we learned, of course, crisis management, how to deal with this crisis. Yeah, that actually, yeah, our BCPs more or less in plan. Of course, this type of crisis we did not forecast, yeah, and we did in our BCP not plan. But I think the crisis management was pretty smooth. Yeah, so we went, we managed very quickly to bring people home. We managed very quickly that people could work from home. And we very quickly managed to change a bit our setup to be more digital, that customers could get digital policies. So we were actually not that ready. We had this possibility of digital policies, but we did not use it. And so the good thing was we just need to plug 2 dots together, and then So now our customers, they can also get digital policies. So in the worst case, if there would be complete lockdown, my colleagues, they can issue policies from home and can send them via email straight to customers. So this was a very good learning and a successful learning. Another point was in Brunei is still a lot of paper. So I think 60% we still issue, or even more, we issued checks. So online banking was pretty limited, and even our sales, they expected to have a check, because with the check they can show their customers, here I have something for you, right? Whereas when you make online banking, okay, the customer will see on his bank account that he gets the money, but there is no interaction, right, between the agent and his customer. So during this pandemic, I think 90% now of all our transactions are done online. Yeah, so only a few now still want to have checks, or yeah, and this is also a learning what we continue. And I think it's not only with my company here, this is also industry-wide. Yeah, okay, yeah, from the digital point of view, maybe there are, of course, not everything is one-to-one. Some company is stronger, some company is maybe less strong, some company did not work from home, some of them did. So, but overall, I think it's pretty much similar. That for the crisis management, it was pretty well handled, and I cannot recall any case, let's say in some of the insurance companies. I might be mistaken, but so it was pretty safe, pretty well managed by everybody. And I think, talking to my colleagues, the digitalization was, I think it's in all the companies getting better, yeah, and advanced.
Thank you very much, Klaus, for your very incisive answers. Indeed, this pandemic has accelerated the digitalization of the industry, and not only the insurance industry, but probably our everyday life. So now e-commerce is now a reality to many, even online learning.
Yeah.
Online learning, schools are going digital, even though they haven't planned for it. So now they're forced to do it. So
yeah. And also, well, I mean, it's not now in our company, and I think in none of the company in Brunei, but for example, Allianz, they have group-wide now implemented that only 60% maximum are allowed to work in the office. So even when COVID is over, they stick to it. So that it will never happen that 100% of people work in the office. So because Allianz is also a minority shareholder with management control in our company, and they also asked us, are we planning something to have, let's say, 60% of the staff in the office and 40% out of the office? So, but we said in Brunei it's not that feasible, and as I said, as Allianz has only 25% share in our company, so we are quite free in our decision. And then we said it's because in Brunei still people are more used to work in the office, and I cannot say that it is very much productive if all the people working from home, or so it's okay, management level, yes, but on the ordinary staff level, I think it's a bit of difference if you work from home or in the office. Yeah, so also controlling wise and so on and so forth.
Oh, thank you so much for your answers, Klaus. Those are really enlightening and encouraging. We hope to see you in the Philippines someday.
Yes, definitely, and hopefully when this COVID is over, I can meet you guys in person.
Yes, yes. We hope to see you in the Philippines someday.
Yeah, definitely. I've
Yeah.
never been there. I actually
Oh.
was this year on my list, but I booked even a ticket, but to go to Manila with some friends, but it was not materialized. So, yeah, definitely it's on my list.
Okay, okay. See you.
Yeah, see you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Klaus. Thank you so much. Thank you. And that concludes our episode about Brunei on this AIC Quick Talk. This is Junep Ocampo. See you in our next episodes.